Your news for the state of Tennessee in about 10 minutes. Tennessee in 10 starts now.
Thanks so much for joining us for Tennessee in 10. I'm Marius Payton. If you ever come to Nashville for concerts or sporting events in the downtown area, you've most likely parked in Metropolis parking lots, and you may be eligible for a piece of a nearly $9 million pie the company will have to pay the state. The settlement with the Attorney General comes after a series of WSMV4 investigations that exposed repeated consumer complaints, everything from drivers receiving tickets for parking in lots they hadn't even entered to receiving tickets for just driving through the lots and not even parking. As part of the settlement, Metropolis will pay $2.5 million in parking credits to customers. In the filing, Metropolis denies violating the State Consumer Protection Act, but agreed to the settlement.
Do you feel like this company was deceptive to consumers?
You know, they certainly weren't transparent.
Did they acknowledge anything about their technology being flawed?
As is traditional in this kind of settlement, there are no acknowledgments of any kind, but they did agree to fix their behavior, to try to do better.
And for the first time, Metropolis is admitting there were problems and refunds are coming to people who were overcharged.
A woman is behind bars this morning after Tennessee state troopers accused her of blocking a THP car and attacking the car's windows during the ICE protests in Memphis this past weekend. Troopers say this woman, Rebecca Ann Leathers, beat the windows of the trooper's car as demonstrators gathered at Summer and Graham. They say she would not cooperate during her arrest and became violent. Leathers is now charged with disorderly conduct and resisting official detention.
The Tennessee Highway Patrol says troopers did not hit a man during a protest in Memphis. They released this video. It shows a trooper maneuvering through cars during the protest. Moments later, you see a protest stand in front of the troopers' cars right there. The vehicle, he puts his hands up, and then you hear the trooper yell at him several times to move out of the way. That's when the protester grabs the grill and falls. The protester gets up and walks away. THP says peaceful protest is protected. They're reminding people that entering active roadways is not safe and risks lives. Youth sports leagues in the state, include Tennessee, are working with authorities to track down victims in what's being called a large theft case. It involves a photography business known as Kaleidoscope Photography by Shauna Holland. A Facebook search shows the company may be based out of Chattanooga, and when you click on its website, you're taken to a search domain. The Coffee County Sheriff's Office says it learned the company has not provided money or pictures to people as far as Alabama and Georgia. Some parents of the Manchester, Tennessee Youth Baseball League may also have been impacted.
Shelby County deputies are searching for fake police officers who kidnapped and carjacked a man. Investigators say the victim pulled over after seeing blue lights, believing it was a real traffic stop. The suspects forced him from his car and took him to another location. He got away. Investigators believe the suspects targeted the victim. Deputies are increasing patrols in the area.
Find a place that you feel comfortable pulling over. A well-lit area is a recommendation that I would make. A highly populated area.
Deputy Buckner there says if you're unsure during a traffic stop, you can call law enforcement to confirm an officer is really pulling you over. If you know anything or have surveillance video, you should call the Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. That number is 901-528-CASH.
Hello from the WVLT Newsroom. I'm Will Puckett. Well, for the first time since he was named chair of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, we're hearing from East Tennessee Representative Congressman Tim Burchett. Now, the goal of DOGE is to cut wasteful government spending by prioritizing only certain federal efforts. Congressman Burchett tells us a nonpartisan government accounting office has a stack of reports that outline waste, fraud, and abuse. He says the DOGE subcommittee will use those new reports as a way to move forward. Burchett says they already have found several concerning areas they're looking to cover.
We found out that there are members of Congress who actually own real estate that they're leasing to the federal government. To me, and I don't know whose party they're in. I don't even know who they are. That is very problematic, I feel like.
Congressman Burchett says he hopes the committee will uncover trillions of dollars worth of fraud in the federal government.
Weather with our Melanie Layden. And Melanie, weather whiplash are the key words.
That is so right. We're going to be seeing temperatures swinging all over the place. In fact, this morning, starting off with temperatures in the 30s in many areas. We got some low 40s out near Memphis, 39 in Nashville, 30 back in Knoxville. Very cold out that way. And as we go through the day, though, everyone's going to warm up into the upper 50s to low 60s. It's going to be much warmer. Now, another big change is the rain that's coming our way. We are going to be seeing rain showers beginning to move in tomorrow. Today, though, a beautiful, dry and sunny day. You can see here clear as can be, nothing to really point out. A few clouds will move in overnight, and we start to see some rain showers coming in from the northwest. So folks in Memphis, Jackson, up into areas like Clarksville, you'll see the rain first. It'll be a wet morning commute for folks in Middle Tennessee, and then as this pushes off into East Tennessee, a cold front begins to move in and to really settle in. It will change over some of those rain showers into some snow showers for some. It's mainly going to be east of Interstate 65, so Cumberland Plateau, Knoxville, and then over into the North Carolina, Tennessee line. That's where we're going to see most, if any, of a good, decent coating of snow.
Governor Bill Lee and First Lady Maria Lee are back in the volunteer state after a recent trip overseas. According to Governor Lee's office, they visited more than 450 soldiers from the Tennessee National Guard. They're deployed in the Middle East and Europe right now. The governor and First Lady thanked them for their service. Also on their trip, they received briefings to better understand missions done by Tennessee men and women in uniform overseas.
Flu activity in Tennessee is trending down compared to previous weeks, but most part of the states are dealing with high activity levels. Between December 28th and January 3rd, there were 7 open flu outbreaks reported. That's according to the state health department. The outbreaks were reported in the West Tennessee region, Mid-Cumberland, Upper Cumberland, Southeast, Knox, and Sullivan. No outbreak was reported here in the Mid-State. And starting today, you could sign your child up for Tennessee's school voucher program. There are at least 25,000 vouchers up for grabs, including families who received them just last year. They applied for renewal last month. The scholarship gives families more than $7,000 in taxpayer money to help pay for private school. The application portal opens at noon today. You can sign up through the 30th, but the scholarships are awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. Last year, more than 40,000 families applied for the vouchers. And the majority of Republican voters are in support of expanding Tennessee's school voucher program. That's according to a statewide poll. Take a look at this graph. A survey asked more than 600 Republican voters if the state should allow more students to accept school vouchers. 61% overall said yes, but Democrats have been against the school vouchers program. They argue it's taking money away from public schools and that it's costing the state hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
It may seem funny to some people, but for one Gatlinburg business, it's becoming quite the issue. A bear with a sweet tooth that's causing massive problems at a very well-known candy store in Sevier County. For the 4th time since Christmas, a bear is broken into a Gatlinburg store and leaving behind damage. Take a look at this right now. This is the damage it left behind this past Friday. Glade's Homemade Candies has been in business for 35 years. They say a persistent bear has been creating quite a problem. They've said that they tried securing the doors using bear-proof dumpsters, but this bear very clearly set on getting its sweet tooth satisfied inside this nearly 4-decade-old Sevier County business. Glade's Homemade Candies has said that they have reached out to the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, or TWRA, on this nuisance bear.
All right, thanks so much for watching Tennessee in 10. Enjoy your Tuesday.